its way.
No, because there'd be no smoke by the bullet anymore.
If you're not watching the grassy knoll and you're watching her hands, she has a little Dillinger in her hand and she blows his head off with it, throws it behind the seat as she's coming up out of the car. The entire parade, she was sitting hugging the opposite side of the car. As he comes around the corner, she's right next to him, grabs his head, cocks him, and jumps out of the car. You can see it clearly if you're not watching the grassy knoll. That is an example of misdirection. And exactly how long has that film been out there and nobody's seen it?
Are we talking about the Zapruder film?
Yeah, they're looking for the guy in the grassy knoll.
Yeah.
They ain't watching her. If you watch her, you'll see who killed Mr. Kennedy.
She always
confused me. It's that deep the conspiracy goes. It's horrible what's going on in our world, let alone our country.
Yeah. Yeah, and
we go into these places, we establish central banks for the UK government. It's insanity. We're supposed to be going in there for oil, right? And the first thing we do is establish central banks. How many countries have we established a central bank for England? It's crazy.
No, it's actually, I can tell you. I can tell you. Well, what do you think of the Chinese and the BRICS? Do you think that they're actually truly trying to oppose this, what I call the Rothschild British, banking system? Do you think
we have a script to go by? It's called Revelations. The Romans wrote it after they burned the libraries in Alexandria to hide this planetary castle and help maintain mental control over the masses. The script calls for our black king of the West to cause the world to hate us. What just happened in Belgium yesterday, the day before? And they came out and said, it's us. We did it. Europe knows that the millions of Muslims that are coming from Yemen and Syria are due to our bunker busters. You know what a bunker buster is?
I do, because
it's a tactical nuclear weapon. We're nuking them. We're sending them into Europe. We are causing the world terror. Us. We're doing it. And they're going to come for us. And the white king of the north, who I'm saying is Putin, is going to step on our necks while the Chinese slit them and make the roads run like rivers of blood, just like in the script. I'm watching it happen. The only people on the planet that can stop that from happening are the American people. The American people have to stand up to their own government and stop it.
Wow.
We're going to see the book.
Well, we can talk about ways that a revolution can happen, but the one lever I think politically is left to do a peaceful revolution, and I'm praying for it. We need to pull the Constitutional Convention lever, and it needs to happen quick. Huh?
Absolutely.
That's the only lever we've got left in the Constitution. And we've had states trying to pull that lever, but we need to pull that thing down. So if there was going to be a political solution, I believe and again, this is my knowledge of history, and I also study history. The 1812 revelation is new one on me, the Treaty of Ghent. And I am a serious historian, okay? For me to have missed that, I feel like an idiot. How could I have missed that?
It's unavailable. It's unavailable. You have to look up, not the Treaty of Ghent. You actually have to look up the articles in the Treaty of Ghent that have been published. You can't see the Treaty of Ghent. You just have to look at what's been published. You can't look at the Treaty of Ghent. You're a colonist. You don't have the right to look at it.
And I've always said, and I'm 62, so I've always said that, in American history, This 1812 thing I got to digest. Okay, you're gonna have to give me a couple weeks on this one, Eric. It really, that one rung my bell hard. Because it makes everything fall into place. Why were we in World War I? Why were we in World War II? Why were we in Korea? Why were we in Vietnam? We were there because of the Treaty of Ghent.
Yes.
And that's how badly it's grounding me right now. There's no reason, guys.
Why are all the politicians such idiots? Why do the politicians never do what they say they're going to do? Because they're doing what they're told to do. In battle, where do the military orders come from? They don't come from our generals. They come from the UK generals.
Yeah.
You know that one.
Wow. I mean, yeah. Well, listen. So we studied World War I. My son and I are both very historically, very well. Just love history. Love it. It's our favorite thing. And we constantly debate World War I. Constantly. Okay. And prior to 1913, as I understand my history, Wilson signed away our treasury printing money. That's correct. And that's when the IRS started. So the stranglehold on America started in 1913 in the modern era. And then all of a sudden, the same country that was saying, like the Pledge of Allegiance, repeating the phrase of George Washington, "Stay out of foreign entanglements." That was what they would read in every congressional session before they'd sit. Stuff like that went away in 1913. And then all of a sudden, we're involved in a global war preserving the English Empire. What the hell was that all about? Right?
Absolutely.
So
we are the warring arms of the UK.
So they don't have to.
And that is by title.